All right, Coach, it's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the London Black Knights and the Cleveland Browns. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Here we go. What it is? Black! Wide, get wide. I got you.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Two. Hey, gun.
On second down, it's Cook. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
You better be afraid of me. Mike 55, Mike 55.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
Ready up. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Hey, pick it up, defense.
Sony Michel, his first carry. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 56 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. On the ground, this is Michel, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Following the penalty, Michel. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They're going to look to throw. And he fires Here's one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On second down, Cook. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
11, 2.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 31. Check. Hey, gun. I got you. 53. Mike. All day, baby.
They run. Cook. And some room to work. 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 12 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nate Orchard coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A give to Michelle running right. And touchdown! Sony Michel, 77 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, Haywood. Number 53, Mike 53.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Allen's got it complete. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
That's good for the Browns. First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180. Mike. Too little, cut. Black. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Kill. 80 weapon. 21.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And look at that. A diving catch. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
21. Smooth. Check. 21.
A give to Cook out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
180. Check 53. Watch the pass. I got you. Hey, alert. 53 at the mic.
Garoppolo on first down. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here we go. 180. Hey, gun. Check the backer.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. A nice run on first down gets them 6 yards to the 31. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll run with Michel and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Set up. 60 yard. Get in the right room. Get in the right room. Here goes.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle. In an old-school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
The 20. 39 yards there, a big one.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in here with Michel. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier. Was bidding for a 2nd. They'll come out in the pistol. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Michel going to try again. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Sony Michel with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That goes for a gain of 31. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 48-yard line.
65.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Andrew Billings gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
11. He's coming, double hot.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Looking deep for Hilton. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Michael Palardy now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He's got it to Hilton. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 12, 12. I got this.
They'll run with Cook. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
You got it. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone.
Hey, gun.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. Shoot.
He's going to get it running right. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Dalvin Cook in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First down, Black Knights.
Come on.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Michelle. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On the stop, Breeland Speaks.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Check now, 61. Matchbox lights. 11. Hey, gun. Mike, 53.
They run it again with Cook. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 36 yards on the play.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Check nickel.
Look at me. Door.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Traquan Smith with touchdown number 7 on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
21. Here we go.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Check.
Hey, Alpha.
Check. Lucky.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He'll get this one to Switzer. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check.
13.
Garoppolo. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
To throw is Garoppolo. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
53 is the mic. All right, T.
11.
Let's go.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of...
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Here we go.
The Browns drive about to get started. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You remember me? You remember me?
13.
Check 25. Check.
White.
Kill. Jumper.
Flag. I got you.
Again, it's Cook. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
At the 33-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Number 53. Mike
21. 2.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the catch made by Hilton. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Palardy now on to punt as he sends this one away. McKenzie now to return it. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, Michel. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, it's Michel. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
He's back to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They only need a field goal. Obviously, a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out.